Revival has nothing to do with how well we perform in a Sunday morning service. Revival has nothing to do with how talented this worship team is, or how talented a communicator I may or may not be, how talented a communicator Avi and Rick and all the other people that communicate in our church are, how great our staff and elder team is. Revival has nothing to do with that. Revival is completely dependent upon your hunger and thirst as a part of the congregation for the presence of God. How bad do you want Him? Your answer to that question will determine whether revival happens in our community or not. Because I can preach till I'm blue, and this worship team can sing until they have no voice. But if you're not going after God, we will not reach anybody. We have to all do it. There has to be a desperation. Somebody say desperation. True revival, spiritual hunger, comes from desiring what? God's presence more than anything else. Moses got it. So my question to you is this. Do you long to see God's glory in your life? Worship team, you go ahead and come up. We're going to close with a song today. And what I want us to think about and sit in and have expectations for is what happens when you have a moment to stop. Because here's the truth. I get it. I don't know about you. My life is loud. Loud. Andrew, y'all's car ride on the way up here loud? Yeah, mine too. Yeah, we got the same amount of kids. So. Loud. And maybe it's not kids for you. Maybe for you it's your job is very, very time-consuming and it's demanding of you and it's stressful. Maybe for you it's a spouse and you're trying to figure out your marriage. Maybe for you it's a financial situation. Maybe for you have a relative that's sick and you're having to take care of them. But you would just say, whatever it is your situation, maybe it's school or whatever, maybe whatever it is, your situation, it's just loud and it's fast. And you feel like you hadn't stopped to think. Maybe. What you're missing isn't a better situation. It's a better perspective of acknowledging God is with me in the middle of this. No matter where I go, I want you to think about today as we sing. Moses, because Moses refused to move. You hear me this morning? He refused to move without God's presence. And as your pastor, I want to be honest with you. I refuse to move without God's presence. I've played church too long. I want the real stuff. You know what I'm talking about? And it's not in church is great, and there's nothing wrong with singing. Hear me. I'm not butchering church service. It's awesome. This Americanized, let's call it what it is, version of worship that we've created. It's great. Fits our culture. It reaches people. It's the vehicle God uses, the local church. But without God's presence, this is a concert. Concerts don't change hearts. Without God's Spirit, this is a TED Talk. TED Talks don't change hearts. Without God's presence, that's just a free coffee. And free coffee doesn't change hearts. Are y'all with me this morning? I want to be a part of a church that says, we don't care about how many people are there. Because the Bible says when 2 or 3 are gathered, I am there with them. And if you ask anything in my name, it will be given. I want to be a part of a body that says, look, it doesn't really matter if the lights work or not. It doesn't really matter how the message is. It doesn't really matter. If God's there, I'm there. And if He ain't, I'm out. And you have my permission to be out.